Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Iqra and today I am here to share my point of views on a topic which is journalism is being affected by social media or not. In my point of views, it is being affected, and it is being affected badly. As we know that journalism is a tool for the journalist to expose the reality. It's a tool for the victims for seeking injustice, and it is a tool for the people or for a nation to go against its government if government is wrong. But today in 21st century, technology and digital media has changed the meaning of journalism, the purpose of journalism. Today an overwhelming 93.4 people blame social media for sharing inaccurate news. It blames social media for sharing fake news and one-sided news, which is the impact of social media, digital media on news journalism basically. So the golden era of journalism has been finished, and now it is the era of sharing, it is the era of gaining fame, it is the era of making money by misusing the journalism which is going on in social media. There are social media apps. In each app we can find that in each app 90% of news which is being shared is fake news, and 90% of news which is being shared even it is being used for misinforming you, misguiding you. So as I mentioned that we can see the percentages, we can see the people blaming on digital media for ruining the industry of journalism. So we can say that it is all because of impacts of social media.
As I'm against of the motion, so I would like to have my opinions regarding the topic, that is that social media is not affecting the journalism. Above all, journalism means to support the truth, whereas we often see in mass media those who support the truths are either facing censorship or facing dislodging. But this is not the case is not same with the social media such as YouTube and Facebook. One thing must be clear: journalism never cannot always mean guarantee truth, but getting the fact is the core principle of journalism. If we focus on the pillars of journalism, basically what are the pillars of journalism? Independency, fairness, impartiality, and one of most significant pillar is accountability. The mainstream media is simply not protecting these all pillars, whereas YouTube and Facebook has always secured or always preserved these pillars. Whereas if we see the hegemonic formation of criticizing the social media, that how social media is affecting the journalism, basically it is totally against of journalistic views. I would like to mention two most significant things. Like the first is the new media ecosystem, and the second one is the new media landscape. The journalistic expansionism which have always brought various dimension and adopted the journalistic you can say context in the field of journalism. One of the major thing that should be highlighted, that is economic problems are never for journalism have never been concerned, but surveillance and monopoly has been. If we focus on the social media like YouTube and Facebook, these have always supported the journalism by supporting its principles, by supporting its pillars, and also the ethical aspects of journalism are followed, such as future truth.
Journalism, let's talk about common citizens. common citizens and professional journalists. So YouTube and Facebook has provided platform and alternatives to common citizens to be active or to talk on anything they want, basically to be journalists. So each citizen has its own YouTube channel or Facebook page where they share whatever they want, where they share like whatever they want, but as a news. So it's basically like you are sharing inaccurate news, fake news, and you are sharing the news which are not researched, and each citizen has right to YouTube basically, and Facebook has given rights to the citizens, and they are sharing the news. You may have seen those thumbnails or titles of videos or news channels. So as you can see that they are not writing the truth in the title. They just want your attention. They just want to grab your attention through the title, but when you click into the video, it's not the same. It's not following the title. Basically, it's a wrong way to convey your message, or it's a wrong way to share news to someone. And let's talk about professional journalists through YouTube and social media sites. Let's take the example of Yasir Shami. He is a Pakistani journalist, and a few months before he interviewed a girl who has been arrested in Minar, Pakistan. She was wrong. Everyone knows. Later, everyone got to know that she was wrong. But he just misguided us that he was right, without researching, without having a proper research on that girl, on that accident. He interviewed the girl. He made him the hero of the nation and the victim basically. And it was the problem. It was the problem of girl.
The populist era of journalism, and we should consider the populist era. It is we have left the participatory era, we have left the economic crisis era of journalism. Now we are living in a such era where journalism has become a sort of digital journalism. Like it is journalized digitally. We have digital platforms, and there we can just have a broader we can have broader stances to share the information, to have more accurate information in across globe. And I have the example of Arab Spring. Arab Spring is one of the biggest example of digital journalism that has brought many changes. Like specifically Facebook and YouTube solved the conflicts and just spreaded those information around the world through and that's how the Arab Spring was cleared. Also today, knowing that there are detention camps in China, the ongoing tyranny in Myanmar, and the suppression in North Korea, shows a revolutionary demonstration of journalism that amplifies the positive impacts, the positive effects of journalism, and that's how journalism is intensifying day by day through these all social media platforms. Moreover, if an individual provokes the audience and leads them toward a wrong information, so we cannot blame the whole collectivistic journalists or that whole collectivistic journalism. Instead, we can solve the blunder by practicing the journalism over those specific social media platforms, and also eventually I would like to add, eventually all of these statistics discloses that journalism, including the new media ecosystem and the new media landscape, as well as the fourth wave of journalism, discloses that we are today in a such circumstance where we can see a lot of different things in the field of journalism, and it has brought enormous positive impacts in today's modern societies.